How are you, good people? Welcome back to Film Findings. Spoiler ahead. It revolves around a small village named Balali in the Bhiwani district of Haryana, India. The movie begins with Mahavir Singh Phogat watching an Olympic wrestling match in his office, where it is highlighted that India's performance in wrestling is poor. A new employee challenges Mahavir to a wrestling match and loses. Mahavir, who also works part-time at a local wrestling ring and possesses great talent in wrestling and technique, is disappointed for not being able to participate in the Olympics and win a gold medal. However, he remains hopeful that his future son will achieve that feat. His wife, Daya Shobha, supports him emotionally after 13 to 14 years, but they end up having 4 consecutive daughters, Geeta, Babita, Ritu, and Sangeeta. Eventually, Mahavir loses all hope and locks away his wrestling equipment and medals in a trunk. A neighbor family visits Mahavir's house to complain that Geeta and Babita have beaten up their sons. Intrigued, Mahavir asks them to demonstrate how the girls beat the boys, and the girls happily oblige by using their cousin Omkar. Seeing his daughter's wrestling skills, Mahavir's eyes light up with the realization that they have the blood of wrestlers in their veins. He tells his wife that a gold medal is a gold medal, regardless of whether it is won by a boy or a girl. Mahavir decides that both Geeta and Babita will no longer perform household chores but will become wrestlers and win gold medals for the country. Mahavir becomes their tough coach, waking them up at 5 a.m. every day, controlling their diet, and prohibiting street food and spicy meals. When Geeta and Babita complain about their hair getting ruined in the dirt during training, Mahavir calls a barber to cut off their hair. To address their weakness, he introduces a non-vegetarian diet. Angry at Mahavir for making them train as wrestlers, the sisters play pranks on him by changing the alarm and eating spicy food whenever they can, refusing to wrestle properly. However, during the wedding of their 14-year-old friend Sunita, she tells them how fortunate they are that Mahavir is focused on their career and hasn't married them off at such an early age, unlike her family's plans. Realizing their mistake, Geeta and Babita start training earnestly. Once Geeta, the elder sister, is ready, Mahavir takes them to another village for wrestling matches. Despite opposition from the villagers, who refuse to let a girl fight against a boy, the organizers agree due to the lack of audience and the potential for increased earnings. The entire village gathers to witness a girl fighting, convinced that she will lose badly. Geeta chooses the strongest boy among the competitors as her opponent. Contrary to the village's expectations, Geeta fights exceptionally well, and as the match progresses, the crowd starts cheering for her. Although she ultimately loses, she earns more prize money from sponsors than the boy. Devastated by her loss, Geeta is unable to sleep and asks her father when the next wrestling match will be organized. The villagers, who were previously critical of Mahavir, start cheering for Geeta and Babita, looking at them with pride. The sisters become unbeatable and win every subsequent wrestling competition. Geeta wins the national level wrestling competition, which requires her to move to the National Sports Academy Training Center in Patiala, Punjab, for further training. Mahavir is saddened by her transfer to a new place. The new coach, Pramod Kadam, has a different training style and restricts Geeta from using her father's techniques. Geeta befriends other girls and engages in activities such as shopping, growing out her hair, wearing nail polish and makeup, and roaming around at night, in addition to her training. When she returns home after a few months, she tries to teach her sister Babita and other girls who have joined Mahavir's wrestling ring the new wrestling style she learned. Seeing Geeta firmly advocating for her new methods, Mahavir challenges her to a match but loses due to his old age. Babita tells Geeta that what happened was not right, and Geeta realizes she is losing focus. Mahavir is also upset, feeling like he has lost his daughter. Geeta starts participating in international matches but faces continuous defeats. Initially, she doesn't care, but gradually she becomes fearful for her career. Meanwhile, Babita also wins the national championship and moves to the same training center as Geeta. When Geeta despairs over her ongoing failures, Babita advises her to make amends with their father. Geeta tearfully reconciles with Mahavir over the phone, and he forgives her. Geeta reverts to her old self, cutting her hair short again. However, her coach instructs her to compete in the 51 kg weight category instead of her regular 55 kg group. To support her, Mahavir moves to Patiala, near the NSA training center, so he can help her compete in the 55 kg category. He advises Geeta to follow her coach's instructions during training, but both sisters and Mahavir secretly train separately, maintaining their old routine of waking up at 5 a.m. The coach notices this and reports it to the authorities, resulting in a ban on Mahavir from the ENSA, and the girls are also prohibited from leaving the premises. Mahavir begins coaching Geeta over the phone, watching videos of her international matches and guiding her on her mistakes. When the Commonwealth Games are held in New Delhi in 2010, Geeta competes in her usual 55 kg weight category. Mahavir sits in the audience and continues to advise her against her NSA coach's instructions. Following her father's advice, Geeta wins the first round, semi-finals, and qualifies for the finals. During a press conference, the coach tries to take credit, but Geeta attributes her success to her father's hard work. Envious and angry, the coach locks Mahavir in a room before the start of the finals, thinking that Geeta won't be able to win without her father. Mahavir tries unsuccessfully to free himself from the room. The match begins, and Geeta remembers her father's advice throughout. After a tough fight, Geeta ultimately wins India's first gold medal in women's wrestling in the 55 kg freestyle category, defeating Emily Benstead from Australia. When the medal ceremony concludes, and the Indian national anthem is played, Mahavir, who hears it from the locked room, understands that his daughter has finally fulfilled his dream. The room is finally unlocked, and he rushes to the arena. Geeta shows Mahavir the gold medal, and for the first time, both girls and Omkar, their nephew, hear their father say, "Well done." Thanks for watching. To support our channel, please hit the subscribe button and help make our videos go viral by liking and sharing them. We also encourage you to provide your feedback in the comment section.